So you want to publish a book. Do you start writing book proposals and get a literary agent, or do you start climbing the mountain of self-publishing and figure it all out by yourself? In this episode of Answering the Call to Write, I'm going to unpack the pros and cons of both these options, and maybe there is a way that you can actually enjoy the benefits of both these worlds. Stick around, I'm going to show you what we offer at Papercrown Media. Welcome, awesome authors. You are listening to the Answering the Call to Write podcast. I'm your host, Melisa Farndale, and this episode is brought to you by Papercrown Media. Hello and welcome back. Today we are going to unpack a very big question that many writers ask as they're approaching the finishing line. They're getting ready to publish their manuscript. And this question is, do I self-publish or do I go with a traditional publisher? I just want to make clear that this video is not designed to make the decision for you. It is extremely important that you take the time and prayerfully consider how to move forward. What you want to do is really think about the goal of your book and think about which option is going to serve that goal. Traditional publishing is a brilliant way to go with some excellent benefits. If you work with a traditional publisher, they usually have a network of bookstores and publishing platforms that they can access to make sure that your book is distributed to a wider audience. And because they have a team of professional editors, formatters, and designers, your book will be at an excellent standard. Most people know that getting to work with a traditional publisher is quite a competitive process, and therefore it lends a bit of credibility to those who do end up working with traditional publishers. A traditional publisher will also often offer you an advance on your book, which means that they invest and they pay you some money so you don't have to worry about your income while you're writing your book. And this is wonderful for those who want to write full-time and they don't have the capacity to work and write at the same time. Because of that financial investment, a traditional publisher will often invest in your marketing and publicity as well. So they are invested in getting that message out there because they share in the profits of the book. However, because they are taking a financial risk with investing in you, you will lose quite a bit of control over your publishing process. They will have the final say when it comes to editing, so they could influence the message of your book. You will also be limited to what they can offer in terms of formatting and their choice of cover design. Working with a traditional publisher can be a very long process. And if that publisher has many different authors that they're working with, you will just have to wait in line until it is your turn. Now, if they're a great communicator, that's fine because you'll know what's happening behind the scenes. But oftentimes authors are left wondering, where is my book up to? How long is it going to take? And you're not always given a clear final time scale. Be prepared to wait at least between 6 months and 1 year for your book to finish the start of the editing process all the way finishing the formatting and cover design. It can take a very long time. As I mentioned before, working with a traditional publisher isn't always easy, and there will be an application process. You will also have to prepare your heart for the risk of being rejected. You will be required to complete a book proposal, and in that book proposal, you will need to explain your core message, who your ideal reader is. You will need to show that you've done your market research, you know on which social media platforms your ideal reader is hanging out. You will need to prove that you have a certain amount of followers and a certain amount of reach. Because the publisher is taking a financial risk by investing in your book, they will expect you to be able to sell that book. They will also want some of your royalties. And that means that you get less royalties than you would have if you self-published. Because of that financial risk, there will be some contractual obligations that you'll need to agree on before you start working with a traditional publisher. Now, this may include like you need to be able to market your book and sell a certain amount of copies by a certain time, or you will have to pay back some of the advances that they have paid you at the beginning of the process. You may also need to order a certain amount of books as part of that contractual obligation, and it will be up to you to sell those books personally, whether it's from your website or at events. But do make sure that you know exactly how their distribution plan will work as well. Should you choose to publish yourself, you will certainly enjoy a lot more freedom. However, you will be responsible for editing, formatting, and designing the cover of your book. You will have full control over that publishing process, but you also will have to carry the responsibility of doing all of the things you need to do in order to get that book published. Because you are responsible for that process, you do not have to share your royalties with anyone, which is nice. So you can definitely enjoy a higher payout. There will also be less confusion around publishing times, and you will have full control of the publishing process. So you will be in the driver's seat and you'll be able to get through the publishing process a lot faster. Now, self-publishing has become quite popular because of the global reach. Now, I have experienced this in the past working with a publisher that was based in the United States, and I lived in the United Kingdom. This particular publisher only printed and distributed within the United States. So if I wanted to get hold of my books, it had to be shipped over, and the shipping fees were quite expensive. Now, for any international person who wanted to order a book from that publisher, they also had to pay international shipping fees that were twice as much as the price of the book. So it wasn't working for me practically, and I had to leave that publisher. So make sure that you do your homework, you investigate the different platforms that are available to you. At Paper Crown Media, we can help you with Kindle Direct Publishing. If you have any questions about other publishing platforms, then do let us know and we would be happy to support you with that. The nice thing about self-publishing is that it does give you an opportunity to have a more global reach. There are some brilliant self-publishing platforms where people can get a hold of your book in their country. Because you're not bound by any rules from a traditional publisher, you do have a lot more creative freedom. You have full control over the message and the direction that your book is going to take. And you can decide how you want the cover to look. So there's definitely a lot more freedom in self-publishing. Now, some of the downsides can be that you are not going to have the same access to the networks that the traditional publisher have. So when you start out, the distribution of your book may be limited. Now, there is definitely opportunities to create that network and to get your books into different bookstores or publishing platforms. So don't let that deter you. You may at times feel like there's a lack of editorial support because you don't have access to that team of professional editors, formatters, and designers. You will have to take on that responsibility yourself and find people who can help you do those things that maybe you are not as skilled at. Marketing is a huge challenge for most authors. And whether you publish traditionally or you choose self-publishing, there will be some level of marketing responsibilities that you will have to take on. Now, this again is another skill set that you need to learn, and it's one of the things that we offer with the subscription is training on how to promote and market your book. So it's important to start learning how to build an audience and how to sell to that audience. with a traditional publisher, there might be an upfront investment which will absorb the cost they normally pay for your editing, formatting, and cover design. But these are costs that you will now have to take on yourself because you are your own publisher. The upfront costs may be higher, but in the long term, there are no risks. There are no obligations to fulfill. There will be no advances to pay back if you don't sell a certain number of books. So even though it's a more expensive option, it might actually work out a lot cheaper in the long run. When you publish a book, you are going to have to pay for editing, formatting, cover design, illustrations. Either way, whether you are paying it up front or whether you are paying it with future earned royalties, you are going to have to pay for those services. Being self-published doesn't always come with the same level of recognition than if you are published by a traditional publisher. However, if you consistently show up as a voice in that space that you are called to, if you show up in the marketplace solving the problem that you are solving with your book, then you will soon establish yourself as a voice of authority in that space. So don't let that deter you. At Paper Crown Media, we do offer a self-publishing package. And if you are a subscriber, it comes with a huge discount. Now, our heart is to help you write, publish, and promote your book. So as part of the subscription, we want to make sure that you have all the information, all the tools, all the strategies you need to do those three things and to be able to do them on your own. However, we understand that it can be quite overwhelming to carry all those responsibilities. And we do have a team of professional editors, formatters, and designers that can help you do a really great job with self-publishing your book. We want to offer you the same excellent services that a traditional publisher is going to offer you, but give you the flexibility of self-publishing. So we also understand that not everybody has the same budget, and you will not need all of those services for your book. So do make sure you get in touch with us, that we can discuss your needs and we can give you a price that is tailor-made for you. Now, there are some additional services that we offer. For example, if you want to turn your print book into an audio book, we can help you with that. We also have a basic marketing suite that can help you get set up on social media. We know not everybody is ready to go gung-ho on Facebook and Instagram. So that could really help you get set up and just start building an online presence with marketing material that's designed around the message of your book. And when your book has gone through that publishing process, it is edited, it's formatted, and your cover is designed, we will then give you all the support and direction you need to get it onto the Kindle Direct publishing platform. That is Amazon's platform, and they distribute worldwide. And working with a team of dedicated publishing consultants is going to save you so much time and frustration. Now, we have all been part of this process. We have written books, we've published books, we have made all the mistakes, we have learned all the technologies involved and all the different processes involved. So you are going to work with a team of people who have been there and done that, and we've got the t-shirt. We know what pitfalls to avoid, and we can navigate you and get you onto that platform in the shortest amount of time. Should you want to go with a more traditional option, we also offer the opportunity to publish with Paper Crown Publishing. Now, I just want to clarify that this will not be for everyone, and there will be an application process that you will need to go through because Paper Crown Publishing is looking for a very specific kind of author. Now, we will give you all the information you need in terms of what that publishing process looks like. But what I also need to mention is that will come with an additional fee because it comes with additional services. When you publish with us, we will provide your ISBN number for you. The ISBN number is simply a number that is an internationally recognized number to identify your book in bookstores and libraries. Now, when you publish on KDP, Amazon will generate that ISBN number for you for free, but that will limit you to publishing on their platforms or the platforms that are linked with them. And you won't be able to get your book into different bookstores unless you have your own ISBN number. Now, you can apply for that yourself. However, if you publish with Paper Crown Publishing, we will give you that ISBN number. We are also dedicated to helping you get that message out there. So as part of this publishing package, we will create an author bio page that will go on our website. This is a place where people can find out more about you, what your message is about, and what other products you have available. They will also have the opportunity to connect with you and to book you for speaking events or podcasts, and just to find out more about what you have on offer. We will also host a live online launch of your book on YouTube. We will give you a link that you can share with friends, family, and with your own mailing list, and let people know that your book is available, what it's about, and where to find it. We will also publish a new release blog on our website. We will complete a marketing strategy session with you to help you think of your long-term marketing strategy. We are with you for the long haul. We want to make sure that you don't give up on this message that you carry. A lot of the time, people work towards launching their book. It's so exciting. It's this big event, and then it fizzles out. All the excitement goes away, and you're left with a message that you are now responsible to steward. And it can be very daunting. So we want to make sure that you have the tools and strategies you need in order to keep that message alive and keep it burning bright. Paper Crown Media is also a partner with the YouVersion Bible app. Now, we will help you put together a Bible reading plan that you can publish on YouVersion. You will have your own YouVersion account where you can connect with the readers of that reading plan, and you can also let people know about the message in your book and where to get a copy of that book. One of the commitments that we will make to you is that your book will have a continuous presence on our social media pages. So every month there will be a post letting people know about your book, your message, and how to connect with you. So there you go. We've looked at traditional publishing and self-publishing, as well as working with Paper Crown Media. I hope that this has brought you a lot more clarity on how to move forward. Remember to take your time and prayerfully consider what the best next step is for you. And we're excited to support you and help you in any way we can.